Every filmmaker eventually learns this lesson the hard way.
This is really big.
More thrilling than anything the old movies ever gave us.
We all just want to tell stories, to be heard and feel seen. Film allows us to escape into a piece or our own craft. I've always been fascinated by movies and their cinematography, and the work that goes into making a movie. On this journey, I've learned a lot about what helps make a story interesting, what helps the story feel real.
Cinemascope has become a symbol of something new and something better in the art of entertainment.
Cameras' lenses play a crucial role in this, because cameras don't just record images, they quietly shape the way you think, the way you frame people, the way you let moments live. So I'm excited today to talk to everyone a little bit about the camera that I use to tell these stories. Not because it's trendy, but because it forces me to slow down and commit. Committing to a visual style is a big deal for artists. So I try to think about where my style and its roots came from. And to do that, we need to dive into anamorphic lenses and their roots. The problem we had in World War I was that tanks had narrow vision slits, which limited their situational awareness. Along comes this French physicist named Henri Créton, and during the late 1920s developed and patented the hypergonar, an anamorphic lens system that horizontally squeezed a wide scene up to 180 degrees back onto film.
Cinemascope throws realistic images on a screen 2.5 times larger than the present screen with a third-dimensional illusion,
allowing a wide view through a small aperture, perfect for the World War I tanks.
They allowed twice as wide a picture to be squeezed onto a standard film.
Flash forward to the late 1950s, and the rise of the at-home television had caused cinema attendance to plummet.
Early 1950s, due to the fact that network television had taken away the mass audience from the theatrical film.
Hollywood needed a response to this. Studios needed a big screen experience to lure audiences back. The Robe 1953 was a 20th century film that bought Créton's technology, launching Cinemascope, which used anamorphic lenses to squeeze a wide image onto standard 35mm film, creating a large immersive widescreen picture when projected. The film amazed audiences with sweeping wide visuals. Cinemascope became Hollywood's golden ticket. And anamorphic lenses were the magic behind the spectacle.
Compared to all the anamorphics made in Hollywood or made in the United States afterwards, are much bigger.
Audiences began to associate widescreen with bigger and better. The black bars we see in movies aren't just an editing choice, but a result of the lenses we use. Filmmakers saw anamorphic not just as a tool, but as a means to tell bigger, bolder stories.
In acquiring it, 20th Century Fox this week changed its entire production technique for all of its principal pictures and started the production of Lloyd C. Douglas's famed story, The Robe, in Cinemascope.
By the 1970s and 80s, new technologies emerged. Panavision refined anamorphic optics, making lenses sharper and more reliable. Directors like George Lucas and Steven Spielberg embraced anamorphics,
You are beaten. It is useless to resist.
cementing them as a standard for blockbuster cinema. What's different now is accessibility. It's now no longer confined just to Hollywood. I shoot on anamorphic not just because it's flashy or the 800 YouTube videos recommending it, but because these lenses feel the closest to how memory works. Anamorphic lenses stretch the world just a little. Highlights bloom, the edges feel soft and distorted, faces feel multidimensional instead of clinical. Nothing looks quite perfect, and that's exactly the point. When I'm cutting together a video essay, or shooting a music video, or a docu-piece, I don't want the image to feel too digital. I want it to feel like a memory. Anamorphic helps the image feel like it has a past rooted in reality, but stretched into the cinematic wonder. These lenses introduce imperfection, and imperfection is where emotion lives. We understand why we like anamorphic, but why the camera body? Choosing and mentioning the Pixis 6K in this video isn't unintentional. The open gate and raw capabilities on this camera body really drew me towards it. When I'm filming something emotional, a face, a quiet place, a reaction that lingers, I want the frame to feel alive. I want space around the head, around the body, for the moment itself to breathe. An open gate lets me do that. Shooting on a normal 16:9 full-frame sensor causes me to lose too much of that vertical screen real estate. And I find that space so valuable, especially on my anamorphics. It gives me flexibility without sacrificing intention, which is rare in a camera body. If anything, the camera and its codecs don't limit me. Together, open gate, anamorphic, and B-RAW turn this camera into more than just a tool. They make it a collaborator that forces me to consider composition, color, and light the way I consider the story itself. Every frame becomes a choice, and every choice shapes what the audience feels. When you watch one of my videos and the frame feels wide, when the image feels calm instead of rushed, when lighting feels soft and the edges feel human, that's the Pixis and the anamorphic lenses quite literally letting the story breathe. It's the same reason I love films that trust silence, space, and restraint. I didn't choose this camera just because it makes things look more cinematic. I chose it because it felt the most honest. And to the stories that I tell, that's everything.
All of us have been greatly impressed by CinemaScope. Is one of the marvels of the electronic age we live in.
I appreciate you guys taking the time to listen and learn a little bit about why I shoot and how I shoot. A lot of you would ask in the comments what cameras I shoot on and what my editing process looked like, and I wanted to give a little insight into that. If this is something you guys enjoyed and you would like to see some more content where I delve into cinematic lighting, storytelling, and the processes behind making videos like this, comment down below and share with me your thoughts and feelings. And as always guys, thanks for watching and make fun choices.